Hi, everybody. I wanted to share a funny story that happened to me just last week at Fenway Park in Boston. I went down to Boston for a few days and took my brother-in-law with me to visit a really good friend who had moved down to the city in January. And one of the nights we were there, we went to check out a baseball game at Fenway Park, of course. I mean, the Blue Jays were in town. Here's a chance to see the Blue Jays. We're dressed in all of our Blue Jays gear, taking on the Boston Red Sox. And it made it really easy to go because our hosts, whom we were staying with, offered us 2 free tickets to the game, their tickets to the game, plus a behind-the-scenes tour of Fenway Park before the game and access throughout the game to the Wheels Up clubhouse and lounge, which was really handy, both before the game to get a drink and when the start of the game was delayed for an hour because of rain. It gave us a cool place to hang out where it wasn't very crowded and there was air conditioning. It was perfect. Before the game started, early on, when we were hanging out in the lounge, I noticed a group of Jewish guys. How did I know they were Jewish, you ask? Well, a couple of them were wearing yarmulkes, and they were having a good time, ordering what looked like pretty expensive scotch and not being shy about refills. Fast forward to during the rain delay. There are fewer people in the lounge. My brother-in-law and I are in there, and so are these guys. And they're pretty close to me, and they're having a pretty good time. They're getting a little boisterous. Let's say they were enjoying themselves. So I kind of sauntered over, said that I had noticed their kippot earlier on, wanted to introduce myself, a newly ordained rabbi from Winnipeg. That blew their minds. A newly ordained rabbi from Winnipeg? Oh my gosh. Maybe it was the scotch talking, but one of the guys says to me, "You're a rabbi. Oh, you're a rabbi. You got to bless me. You got to give me a bracha." And then he goes like this. He bows his head right in front of me. He wanted a blessing big time. I'm sitting there in a Blue Jays jersey. It's hardly the situation for me to bestow any kind of blessing on this guy, but he is insistent. He was telling me a story about how he had visited the death place of Aharon HaKohen, even though no one's really sure where that was. And he went for a visit, and he had all these thoughts, and he needed a blessing. So he's standing there like this. His couple of buddies are having a great time. They're laughing. They're just hysterical. He wants a blessing. So I gave him a blessing. I gave him the priestly blessing. Birkat HaKohanim. I mean, Aharon was on the mind, of course. Yevarechecha Hashem v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you, and so on and so on. I gave it to him on the spot. And it just goes to show. The moral of the story, you can find blessings anywhere in life. Even places as random as Fenway Park in Boston. Fenway Park. A bracha. Shabbat shalom.